Hi,
Hi,
welcome back.
welcome to the English Exchange. All right. Oh man,
How you
Shay,
don't see that? You literally,
I forgot. You were looking at me all this whole time. You didn't see
yeah.
until just now we went live, right?
Sorry,
That's all
sometimes
right.
I don't really look at you. Oh, should I say that?
That's
Anyway.
kind of what we're talking about
Oh
today.
yeah. Okay. Great segue.
Great segue. Oh boy.
All right.
Um, yeah, you said sometimes you don't look at me that way, as if someone that loves and cares for
I
the
didn't
other
say it that
person, how
way.
they look.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't notice. Sometimes you just kind of, I guess.
You don't see the surface. You're looking more into my heart.
There you go. You
Okay, I
got
like
it.
that. I like that.
That's it. That's
I
definitely
like
it.
that. All right, all right.
All right. So today's topic, we're gonna talk about.
Roommates versus lovers.
Yeah.
In a married
Ooh.
context.
Right.
We're talking about married people here that are living more like roommates than they are as people that are in a loving, physically connected, intimate relationship, right? So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Cool. All
So,
righty.
a couple of, I think we had seen something
Mm-hmm.
where, I'd say that there are probably a lot of, people in the public eye that have been married for extended periods of time that end up getting divorced after many years or separated and so forth. I mean, one of the ones that's been in the public eye is probably Will Smith.
Smith and Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, I think many people were surprised when they came out and said that they had basically been living separate lives.
Right, but they're married, right? They're taking care of their kids and paying bills and working and all the things that go into sometimes being married and
Right.
having a marriage and a household to run. But
But those are all the things that also go into just being roommates, right?
Exactly.
Paying the bills and doing those day-to-day routines.
Exactly.
As opposed to, loving the other person in an intimate way. Right.
Exactly.
And not just physically intimate, but intimately loving and seeing that person, right? And
emotional way.
Emotionally connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So they've had their thing. And so, I mean, it happens to everyone, right? Not just celebrities, but, regular people as well, us too. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those more transparent, right? Probably not too transparent.
Not too
transparent enough, right?
Okay.
Because we've been married 22 years now. And it's a long time, and we're grateful, very thankful to have made it this far. A lot of people don't. Every marriage, I think every marriage has ups and downs, ebbs and flows, as they are.
Definitely had that.
Yeah. I think what you see on social media, as a matter of fact, I just saw a post yesterday, and it was about a young lady, a young woman with little kids, married. And she said, this is what, it's a little bit off topic, but in terms of what you present as opposed to what reality is, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
She posted that this is what domestic violence looks like.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Okay.
And you can I think it was on TikTok or Instagram, so you can see like how many slides are in there as you slide left to right. And it had like maybe 20 slides in this post. And the first one is her and her husband in a very, on vacation and very smiling to the camera, whatever it is. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, this is just going to get worse as I slide through and probably show her beat up or bruised or him, right? Because men could be victims too.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And these pictures would tell a story.
Okay.
But as I rolled through all of them, every picture just showed a loving couple.
Oh, okay. I see what she's trying to
You
say.
see what she was trying to say. And some people are coming for her in the comments saying, "I was waiting on this and da 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 da." You're making light of a domestic violence situation, but no, she's painting a picture of what you see on the outside may not be necessarily what's happening behind closed doors.
Absolutely,
right.
Absolutely.
So even in people that are living like roommates, right, that may present as a loving couple, but maybe going through a difficult time where they are where they're ebbing as opposed to flowing.
Right. Okay. So when did we realize that we were acting like roommates, more like roommates than lovers? When did you first notice that?
In retrospect, it's probably been a couple of times, right?
Oh, okay.
But the most recent one, I believe, was when we first moved back to the town that we live in now. And we've been here about 7, 8 years, going on 8 years. And, kids, new school, job situation, my job, your job situation, things you had going on. We're just kind of focused on stuff, the day-to-day routine. And it was probably, I don't remember when I noticed it. It just kind of crept up on us. I noticed that we had not been connecting, for a long time.
What's a long time?
Probably months. I'm sure it was months, because I'm in a new job. So I'm focused on trying to put my best foot forward and focused on that. What were you focused on?
Well, I was in school and I was also working at night.
You're working at night, yeah.
So we were definitely missing each other.
Ships passing, yeah.
Yeah, what is it? What's the saying?
Passing in the night.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so while you're awake, I'm sleeping, and while you're sleeping, I'm awake.
That's
so
true.
That definitely did not help, right? And then, you had a new job, you're kind of focused on that, and so a lot of kind of late nights and just kind of me with the kids and kind of focusing on them as well.
Yeah.
When I was, able to, and just, I think that's really kind of played a huge part in it. Just kind of being busy with just other things, kids and work and everything else.
Yeah. And we're reintegrating back into where we both, kind of grew up. And so you're connecting again with family and everything everything else except for focusing on us.
Yeah. I think everything seemed to kind of pull a little bit at us, just busy doing everything. And we're just kind of.
So when did we recognize it? I'm trying to remember. And how did we snap out of it?
I don't know. How did we snap out of it? I'm going to guess just based on our history that maybe I said something.
Probably. Yeah. Probably. And it probably made me pause and think like, you're right. And
like we haven't gone out together or I'm sure I, maybe complained as well, right? Just kind of like, I don't see you, like what's going on. Yeah. And so maybe that kind of helped.
Probably rightfully so. You gotta, it goes back to what we say all the time.
Yeah.
The C word.
What's that?
Communication.
Oh.
Communication. When you sense that something is wrong, you gotta find a way to communicate that to your partner, your spouse.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. And definitely don't start the conversation with, we need to talk.
Oh, yes.
Wait, what you thought I was going to say?
Nothing. My bad.
Whatever. If I say, babe, we need to talk, oh my gosh, you want to run for the hills. I don't know why. So now I just don't even say that anymore. I just start talking.
Just start talking. It takes the stress out. It's the anticipation of we need to talk that, I just imagine the worst,
Yeah.
And so that's, just go right into it. That's my preference.
Okay, so what are some signs you're in roommate mode? I think we kind of touched on it earlier.
Yeah, but what is that? I mean, we almost talked about the cause, but not what it looks like, right? So what does it look like? I think we are not connecting physically. Not even just talking about making whoopee. I just showed my age. Making whoopee.
Who says that?
That's back in the newlywed game, back in the 70s.
Okay.
Anyway.
So what do they say now?
I don't know what they say now. And again, that's one of those ways that you just try to keep it clean. Hey, we're trying to get everybody that watches this show. You know what I mean? So just trying to keep it G as much as possible. But even just like hugs and, kisses and stuff like that, I think that the physical connection,
Yes.
you recognize, it's been a long time. Like I haven't had a hug or been hugged or hugged,
Oh, that's so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You want to hug me now? You feel some type of way?
I feel so sad.
No, I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I know. In the moment, you're like, whatever, I don't care. Particularly if we had if we had any
beef.
Okay, disagreements or beef, as you would say. I'm like, whatever.
Problems. Yeah.
Like, whatever. Okay, you don't want to hug me? That's fine. I'm okay by myself. I'm okay. I can hug myself. I can hug the kids. The kids will hug. I just go and hug the kids.
Yeah.
They'll hug me.
That's one thing. When we go through those times, Shirley's just like, I can be bad all by myself. That's in my mind. I'm good by myself.
But I do need a hug. I still need that connection. Yes. But anyway, yeah.
All right. So physical connection is one symptom. What's else?
Disagreements leads to no.
I'm saying when we realize we're in roommate mode. One of those things that you think is a symptom. How do you recognize you're in roommate mode, right? Okay. So maybe number one is lack of that physical connection.
Right.
Is there another one?
What else? Just regular kind of talking and discussing things about us that's not dealing with the kids.
Or bills or regular everyday stuff.
Just talking about our relationship. Yeah. But I think definitely when we're in roommate mode, we're not delving into us, right?
Yeah.
And just, joking and laughing and talking and just hanging out with each other and quality time and
enjoying each other like you're friends,
right,
as opposed to just roommates. You don't got to be friends to be roommates, right? That's another symptom of being a roommate. You're just here. We're splitting the bills. We can hang out every once in a while, but it's really more of a business relationship to save money, most part, usually. Yeah. And you don't necessarily have to like the other person. Right, I think when you're lovers, I think you should like the other person.
Yeah, right? We should be best friends, right? I always say that you're my best friend, but you don't like when I say that. Why? Why can't you be my best friend?
I can.
I tell you everything.
Yes.
And I hope you tell me everything.
I tell you pretty much
everything. Okay. Probably too much. I probably tell you too much. Maybe. Okay. So, I don't tell anyone else everything, so.
I don't have a problem with the idea. And I think married people, they should be best friends. It's just the way you be saying it, it'd be like, it'd be a little annoying.
How I say it?
You're my best friend.
Oh, the way I say it.
Like Chucky, like he'll come out with a steak knife at night.
So that's why
it's a little freaky.
Yeah, like you don't like that.
Hear like that kind of
okay, all right.
Wind up doll kind of music. Yes.
So how should I say it?
Just don't say it at all. Just be my best friend.
No, but I want to say it. Or I would maybe if I'm writing you a letter or giving you a card, sign it BFF. I can't do that?
You can do that.
All right. Okay. All right.
So you talk about physical connection, communication, issues. Probably those are the main two things.
Yeah.
I don't know
of anything else shows. Yeah, but if anyone thinks of anything else, definitely.
Drop it in the chat.
Exactly. But for us, it's definitely that lack of physical connection and the emotional verbal connection as well. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So do you think this happens naturally with time or because of certain life stages, like kids, career, stress? I think both, no?
Yeah. I think time leads into different stages. You know what I mean? Because I know people that have been married for many, many years without children. And so that's one dynamic that they don't have to deal with. Maybe the jobs or something would be a dynamic, but I think kids add to the potential for this kind of
Absolutely, because they need so much.
Yeah.
So much. Like, if you have little kids, you got to bathe them, feed them, clothe them. You're just doing so much for them. You just don't have the time sometimes to put towards the other person. You get so tired that at the end of the day, you're like, I just don't have anything to give.
Kids are needy, bro.
They are.
They are always needy.
Even as I get older, I mean, it's less physical as they get older, but man, the mental stuff is, whew, it's a lot.
That could definitely draw your attention away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be really mindful and intentional in reconnecting and not allowing that, all of that, whatever all of that is, to come between this. Remember that Seinfeld episode? This is good. Remember? Okay, anyway. No. Okay, you don't. All right, forget it.
Let's move on. Yeah. Okay, so, all right, so it naturally happens over time.
It can, yes. Okay. But I think, so the stresses. So kids is one thing that we mentioned. Jobs, right? I mean, you mentioned we both had a job change around that time where you were working remotely, but at night. And then I had a new job and just trying to, put my best foot forward. And it was long days and evenings and so forth. So that's definitely something to be mindful of.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely be mindful of that. Like if you have a job that's really taking a lot of time from your family, you really have to spend time to like think about, okay, how do I make sure that my family, my wife, my partner has time with me? Yeah.
I mean, I got one friend and man, he's in the medical field and he said, he works 7 days a week. I was like, bro, like, that's a lot, you know?
But that's you too.
Not like that though. I mean, anyway. I mean, maybe a Saturday night gala or something where I would bring you along, but I'm not usually out.
That's what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you have your job.
Yeah.
Then you have other things that you almost as if it's like you have like 3 jobs, like 3 or 4 jobs, because you're putting a lot of time to those things as well.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, so other things outside of the job to say.
Right.
Yes, I got it. So you got to be mindful of extracurricular activities, as it were, hobbies or nonprofits that you may donate your time to and so forth. All of these things can impact. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Who tends to notice it first, men or women?
I don't know if I can speak generally. I would guess women. I know in our relationship it's probably you.
Yeah. It definitely is me.
Probably.
And then, if I'm in my feelings, I'm like, psh, I'm not gonna say anything. Let's see if he notices, right? Just waiting on him to notice. And then as I'm waiting, you're perfectly fine, living your best life. And I'm like getting madder and more upset. And then by the time I finally say something, I'm like at a 10, and then it's not. Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah. So definitely if you tend to do that, and I avoid doing that. I try to now speak to you sooner instead of waiting till I'm really, really upset. Because sometimes you just don't notice. But it's like, I want you to notice. Like, aren't you noticing that we're just not, we're not hugging, we're not kissing? Like, can you notice that too? Yeah. So, but anyway, but I know it's not intentional. So I definitely notice more, and I definitely talk to you more about it. Like late nights when you want to be sleeping.
Bro, that's the worst. It's a long day, you take a shower, you hop in the bed, your eyes are heavy, and it's now it's not so much we need to talk, but it's just going into something that's, this is not like a 5-minute conversation. No. This is going to be another hour. Oh, Lord, Jesus, take me now.
But then that's when we can talk, when we're in bed and it's quiet. The day is done. Everyone, taking care of the kids and whatever we have to do that day. And this is the time sometimes that we have.
It's very true. Very true.
Yeah. But you're good. We have our conversation. You're not like, I'm going to bed. We have to have this tomorrow. You definitely don't do that, which is great because that would not help the situation.
Definitely wouldn't.
Okay. All right. What's next? Have you ever felt lonely even though you're married? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You can definitely feel lonely in a marriage, which is not good.
Yeah, not good at all.
Yeah. When's the last time you felt lonely in our marriage?
Me?
I mean, have you? You felt lonely, right? You just said you did.
I think so. I have felt lonely at times. Probably sometime relatively recently. I mean, I think so. I mean, like
this year?
Maybe. I think so. I think sometimes you want to be able to, I don't know how to describe it. It's
like you felt like lonely, you felt like sad, you felt Like down? What do you mean lonely? Like you felt like separated from me?
I think sometimes it's harder for men to open up about whatever it is, right? A challenge they may be having, right? Whether it's at work or whatever the case may be, because I feel as if, and I'm being general here, so don't come for me, but women generally have those relationships where you can call your girlfriend and be like, oh, girl, da 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 da. You did this, or my patient did this, or da da da. You will have that kind of conversation, right?
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah. And for men, I don't know if we, at least personally, I mean, I have a handful of good friends, but I don't want to bother them with
That's so interesting.
a little thing that's really not, you know what I'm saying? It's really not impactful to them. So if I'm, like I'm not going to talk to my friends about if we're having an issue. I don't have anyone to talk about that with, you know what I mean? So it's like those times you feel like, all right, can't talk to my homeboys.
Because you don't want to impact. Because you think that the issue is too small, but I'm sure they could relate. I mean, you have plenty of married friends, close friends. Have you tried? I think just maybe if you try once, I doubt that they would be like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, and just kind of have no. I'm sure they'll be like, yeah, I've been there. I know exactly what you mean, and this is what I did, blah 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 blah, and they probably talk about that situation.
So my boys that are watching, if you ever see me come to you like I'm pulling my left ear, that means I'm going to say something deep. If you don't want, just run away at that point, all right? Listen, this is very revealing. I don't
think it's just you. I think a lot of men, husbands, I think they probably have the same thoughts and ideas as you do.
So that's probably the only time, because probably if it's a work situation, I definitely got people I can call. Oh, this is happening, this and that. Oh, we can kind of mash it out. But if it's an issue, say we're tight or whatever, we're having it. I don't know who I would. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
You have
I think as we're talking, yes, I got good friends. I think I could.
Long time friends, friends you trust.
Yeah. But it's just like one of those things. It's just like I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, I have my sisters, I have family, I have friends. Yeah, I have plenty of numbers I could call up and be like, yeah, let me tell you what Roddy did. Let me tell you what he said. But yeah, wow. Okay, so it's not lonely, like you feel lonely like in the marriage. It's lonely as far as like friendships.
In those particular situations where, because I would tell you pretty much everything else.
Yeah.
So if we beefing, then
who you gonna talk to?
I gotta go to ChatGPT though. Let me tell you what she did.
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to, because ChatGPT probably tell you to be like, leave her or something.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, but anyway. Okay. Oh, okay. We got to work on that. Alrighty. Next, what's the hardest part? Emotional, physical, or spiritual distance?
I think it's emotional for me, because I think the emotional part impacts the physical part.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? If we're emotionally good, physical comes, right? I can't be physically connected to you if there's an emotional disconnect. That's me.
I feel like maybe it's flipped for me.
Wow.
I think so. I think if you're physically distant, like you're just not home a lot, I don't see you a lot, you're gone all day, or when you travel, you're gone, like you're physically distant, I think it impacts me emotionally, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I love hugs. I love, holding your hands, and you want to be holding hands. Sometimes you want to, sometimes you don't. I like to hold your hand. I like to be physically close to you. I think that's my thing.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
We got to figure that out. Man.
I know. Are we just learning this about each other? Oh my
just 22 years
right? Wow. Okay. Yeah. So that's the hardest part for me.
Okay.
So I think that's why I complain so much when you.
I got to go out of town next week for a couple of days.
For real?
For real.
Okay. When we going?
No, you can't go to this one.
For real? Why?
We'll talk later.
Okay. All right. Anywho, but yeah. Okay. What about the spiritual part? I think we're good with that.
Yeah, I think we're good with that.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay. So let's talk about solutions, right? What helped us reconnect when things felt distant?
I think conversation first, right?
Yeah,
Just
the C word.
yeah, just
Communication.
figuring out where we are and letting each other know that breaks down some walls and some barriers, right?
So you love those. You've learned to love those late night talks.
No. I'm just saying that they're effective. I don't necessarily love them, but it's a
Yeah.
necessary.
It is. I mean, you're busy throughout the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll call you. We'll text each other and call each other throughout the day or whatever.
Yeah.
But to have like a long,
And I don't want people to think I don't like to have a conversation. I'm just saying in those instances where I've hopped into bed and it's like late and, I'm one of those guys, she always be hating on me because my head hits the pillow. I'm out.
He's gone.
I'm gone.
No matter what time it is. It could be 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
My head hits the pillow. I'm there for one thing. It is to sleep. So that's when it's tough. If we're out and about or whatever, I have a different mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, but if we're out and about, we can have deep conversation.
Like in the living room. I mean, if we're...
Yeah, but you're like watching the news and you're on your phone and we're doing a multitude of other things and we got the kids we got to deal with and homework and dinner and blase.
I'm just telling you my truth.
Okay. Well, what's the happy medium?
I think we figure it out
Late night?
No, I don't think so. We could talk to TV. I don't think that's a big deal to have those conversations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So just finding the time that works for you both, set aside time and have talks. Okay. Yeah. And if you can't, reach each other during the day, when you get into bed and everything's quiet, that's not a bad time. Just not as late for you.
For me. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. What is the one small thing that actually made a huge difference in getting us to reconnect?
I think the date nights are important. I mean, we try to be consistent with that. We skip something every once in a while, but those are good opportunities for us to connect and talk and, just look at each other, stare at each other, not stare at each other, but, usually we go out to dinner. Our date night is usually dinner.
Yeah.
If we're across from each other, we're looking at each other, right?
That's
we're spending that time, getting that connection. So I think those are helpful.
Yeah, they're definitely helpful for sure for me. Definitely. Yeah. And I think a lot of times when we're not connecting, we're not going out with each other, right? And then also, like you mentioned earlier, you're going to be going out of town. I mean, if you're able to, if your spouse, your partner is traveling and can just tag along, if you're able to, that's a good way to kind of stay connected, right? Because listen, these kids are going to go, right? I mean, we're almost done. We're almost done. And so it's just going to be just us. So we definitely have to figure out what does that look like for us, right?
The original family. We tell our kids, we're going to go back to being the original family.
What do they say when you say that? They're like, no, we're
rolling their eyes.
Right, the four of us are the original family. Like, no. Our son is like, two people, a couple can't be a family, right? Is that what he says?
That's exactly what he says.
Like, no, they can be.
They can be.
Yeah.
We were, and will be again.
Exactly. Okay, so the big thing that made the difference was the date nights.
I think so.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. How do you keep romance alive when life is chaotic?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Romance. Do you like being romanced? I don't want to romance you.
What does romancing look for a man? I mean, I think we're talking about two different things.
Okay.
Right? I think from a man romancing a woman, you're thinking always bringing flowers,
gifts,
and this and this and that.
Yeah.
But a man likes gifts too. I think that could be romantic. If I feel as if you see me and you understand who I am as a person inside, that when you do provide me a gift that I find speaks to who I am, my interests, then it's very appreciated. That gets the juices flowing.
Right. That's why we have birthdays and Christmas and Father's Day
and Sundays.
No, those are for me.
Oh,
oh my. Okay, so what is it? So again, how do you keep romance alive when life is chaotic? So gifts for both partners.
Gifts could be one.
I don't know, but okay.
I could, a little, get a little massage in, a little touchy feely, you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
Right?
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
So massages.
Yeah,
Okay,
that could
yeah,
work.
that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Foot massage.
If you want to touch my feet, go ahead. Go ahead.
You already know I don't do feet.
She does not like
Yeah,
feet.
but when we were first married, like the first couple of years, you used to give me foot massages like all the time. That's one thing that fell out. What happened with that?
You stopped working on the floor. You see, she used to work in a hospital, come home, her feet were tired, and always want to put them up. So I would respond to.
That's why you did it.
Yeah, because your feet were tired, but you don't work like that anymore.
I still love foot massages. I gotta now get it from like whatchamacallit when I go get my feet done. That's the only time I get a foot massage now, when I go get a pedicure.
I would give you a foot massage. Yeah.
Okay, how often? How often?
As often as I'm willing to.
So not nightly or daily.
At least tough, man. But we can figure it out.
3 times a week.
We can figure it out.
You see, you're trying to weasel yourself out of it. That's all right. Okay, but yeah, that's definitely one thing I really appreciated those foot massages back in the day. They were great.
I appreciated giving them too.
You give really good massages.
I do.
Like back massage, foot, like any massage, you're stellar.
I try to lead by example, but it's not working.
I give horrible massages. I do. And it's not like I'm trying to be bad. I don't know. I just
Ding, ding, ding. Are you good? Ding, ding, ding. You finished? Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, it's just, I'm sorry. That's just not my thing. I just don't, yeah. Yeah.
It's all right.
Maybe something else I excel at. It's not that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next, how do you make time or space for playfulness?
I always like to play, so I always find time to play.
Oh, yeah? Like, what do you mean?
Just be playful.
Yeah? Like, how are you playful? Like, give me an example.
It can be throwing on music and, getting you to dance or whatever, those types of things. Yeah, I like to.
Yeah. Sometimes our kids, we can be, when we're definitely like in the zone and we're like, things are great, sometimes it might be too playful and the kids do not like it. They're like, okay, y'all need to get a room. Y'all need to stop. Because, we're dancing or we're, hugging each other. A lot of PDA in the house, inside the house with the kids sometimes.
It's my house. I pay the bills.
Right. Smacking each other in the behind. Right.
That's another symptom we know.
Right.
When the booty slaps stop, it's a problem. We in a rough patch.
Yeah, that is definitely true. Yeah, because you're like, I don't know, should I? Shouldn't I? So, yeah, definitely. So yeah, definitely when the playfulness is definitely like a litmus test for like how we're doing as a couple for sure. Okay, so definitely like, how do we make space for that? Do we just do it? Like, yeah,
just do it
every day.
Periodically.
Just allow your spouse to be playful and not
try and stifle their joy.
Yeah. Like, what do you, okay. It sounds like you're saying something.
I wasn't saying anything.
Go ahead. We're being transparent. What you trying to say? Let me know. How do I stifle you?
I didn't say you stifle me. I'm just saying I'm a playful person. Mm-hmm. So I like to play.
Okay. All righty. But everyone has boundaries.
Everyone does have boundaries.
So you play within their boundaries. Okay? Sounds good?
Most definitely.
All right, cool. All righty. So we'll leave it at that. When do you feel closest to me? Really? That's when you feel closest?
When we're praying together.
Okay. Right. We're praying together. How often do we pray together? How often should we pray together?
We pray together daily.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll leave it at that.
I'm literally talking about prayer.
Oh!
I skipped the other stuff.
Okay. You're literally talking about prayer.
Yeah.
Okay, so of course you got to pray daily. Yeah. So that's when you feel closest to me, when we're praying.
That was my part B answer. Yeah.
Okay, what's part A? Okay. Okay. All right, we'll leave it at that. Okay, and I guess I should answer the question.
Go ahead, answer the question.
Yeah, I guess I'll agree.
With the prayer thing?
The part A part. I agree with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. So if we're not praying together, right? Or, part A,
Mm-hmm.
then it affects the relationship, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a physical thing, right? Endorphins and all those types of things that kind of, it makes you be more forgiving.
I think
if something's wrong, and you got the endorphins flowing, like, you know what? It's not that big a deal.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, we're definitely good for like a couple of days. It's like it's in the blood, and it's just you're good for for a while. Okay, so yeah, absolutely. Okay, what makes you want to be affectionate versus when you withdraw?
What makes me want to be
affectionate? And then what makes you want to withdraw?
I think it goes back to the emotional side of it, right? If we are, I feel as if I'm an affectionate person, like I want to hug and kiss. I feel as if I'm that way. But I don't feel I'm that way if we got beef, right? Then I have to force myself to break through to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so we got beef and I'm like, whatever, bro. And then we hug, like during that hug, it melts away. You know what I mean?
So no more beef.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. It's more like, turkey. A little lighter. Okay.
And what makes you want to withdraw?
What about you? I was
going to answer. I was going to wait for you to say.
Withdrawing, I think it goes back to the emotional side of it, right? If there's some type of tension, or if I feel as if, maybe time, a withdrawal, if I feel as if, time can heal all wounds type thing. And then also letting the temperature drop a bit, that helps, those are times where I'm conscious of withdrawing.
Okay. Alrighty. So what makes me want to be affectionate? I mean, just, I don't know. You do something nice for me, maybe, or you tell me I'm beautiful, or you compliment me in some way. Or when you're affectionate with me, that makes me want to be affectionate. Yeah. I mean, I love being affectionate. I didn't really get it a lot growing up as a kid. And so my thing was, I want to make sure that I'm affectionate with my family, with my kids, hugging them all the time, even if they want to be hugged or not. I'm gonna hug them, and I like that. I love it. Because like I said, I didn't have it. So
gotcha.
Okay. And what about withdraw? What makes me want to withdraw? If I feel like you're not like prioritizing me, if I feel like you're not putting me first, then I'm like whatever, and.
Well, that's a problem because Jesus is first in my life.
I mean, you know that. Come on.
Okay.
You already know that's a given.
Okay.
Then I'm like, okay, he's putting everything else ahead of me. All right, just continue doing that, and I start backing up, and like I get caught up in my own things. So I start calling other people and being busy and doing other things.
I could be bad on my side.
That's right. I'm gonna be fine. Whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it. I will be okay. So be available, be there, and I won't withdraw.
Okay.
Prioritize me.
I hear you.
Anyway, all right, next. So what are the key takeaways that we've both learned?
I think we talked about identifying when you're in this roommate mode as opposed to the loving side, right? Recognizing those triggers that kind of put you into roommate territory, and then identifying those strategies to get you out of it, right? So I think those are the 3 takeaways.
Yeah, and so we definitely do that. So listen, by no means are we perfect, right? I've been married for 20 plus years and we're still kind of
22 plus. Let's be as accurate. I feel as if you don't know. You say 20
I'm just kind
plus.
of keeping it general. I mean, 22. It's not like I
understand.
20, 25.
I want to be confident that you know.
Why would I not know?
I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, just now I've lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
You're saying we don't know everything, even though we've been married 22 plus years.
Plus years, okay. And that we're still learning, we're still growing, we're still changing, right? Even as the kids are leaving, it's gonna be a different dynamic, right? With us. And so trying to adjust to that.
And we did an 8-day cruise earlier this year without the kids, our first like really extended time away from them. And it was great. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
I never realized how relaxed I felt or how not relaxed I was on vacations with the kids. I mean, no shade to the kids, but they just take up so much of our attention and time.
It's not a vacation. It's just a trip.
Exactly.
You're parenting somewhere else.
Right.
when you with the kids. When you by yourself, now you can vacate.
Right. Exactly. And it was great. It was awesome. So we definitely need to do that. Right. Vacation with the kids and then our own separate vacation for sure. Still learning, still growing, and just making sure that you just don't take the other person for granted and communicate, like you said, the big C word, communicate.
Let's wrap it up with a can we?
Yeah.
With the faith part, right? So this is one of those verses where I don't really think about it in a earthly relationship context, but if we consider ourselves to be in a loving relationship with Christ, right? We want to kind of emulate a lot of those characteristics that he bestows upon us, right? Kindness, patience, and so forth. All these types of things. We want to emulate our relationship. Hopefully it's a good one with Christ, with our earthly partner as well. Then this verse fits. And it comes from Revelation chapter 2, verses 4-5, reading in the NIV version. And it says, "Yet I hold this against you. You have forsaken the love you had at first. Consider how far you've fallen. Repent and do the things you did at first." Right. So, that goes back to dating each other. We always have those conversations and
continue
opening the door, showing that kindness and so forth like that. We tend to stray away from those things and we begin to take the other person for granted.
Absolutely.
So we want to make sure that we get back to those first love things, certainly with each other, certainly with Christ as well. And hopefully we can find ourselves being more like lovers instead of roommates.
Yeah. Okay, so we know this video was a long one, but when it comes to talking about relationships, there's just so much to talk about. So if you have any comments or thoughts about what we talked about, the topic, just drop it in the chat and, engage with us. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about what we talked about and in your own experience as well.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Well, thanks again for watching us.
Thanks. Later.
Bye.